At first glance, connecting a flexible plastic hose to a PVC pipe seems like a simple task. But once you actually try it, you and Oppos LL quickly realize they Don and Oppos T fit together well, making leaks and loose connections a common problem. Today, I and Oppos am going to show you a simple yet highly effective method to join these two types of pipes securely without using any complicated tools. Stay with me from the very beginning as I walk you through every step of the process, and let Oppos see the surprisingly strong and professional-looking result at the end. Now I and Oppos am going to take a piece of PVC pipe cut to just the right length for this connection. This is a crucial step because if the pipe is too short or too long, the final result won't and Oppos be as effective as expected. Next, I wrap a strip of sandpaper around the pipe. This simple trick makes it much easier to create accurate and evenly spaced markings. Then, using a marker, I draw a circle all the way around the pipe to establish a precise reference line. From that line, I carefully divide the circumference into equal sections, making sure each mark is evenly spaced. Once all the reference points are in place, I use the marker to draw straight vertical lines down the length of the pipe, following each mark I made earlier. I begin by cutting carefully along each of the vertical lines I marked earlier. Every cut should be smooth and deliberate to keep the edges clean and even. Next, I trim the tip of each cut section, shaping it into a pointed triangle. It may seem like a small detail, but this simple modification makes it much easier to insert the flexible plastic hose into the PVC pipe during the next step. With just a few minutes of careful work, the end of the pipe is neatly shaped and fully prepared, making the upcoming assembly process much smoother, easier, and more precise. With the pipe end fully shaped, it and Oppos time to move on to the next step, one that plays a key role in determining the strength and durability of the final connection. I take another PVC pipe of the same size and evenly heat the end using a blowtorch. The key here is to keep the flame moving continuously so the heat is distributed evenly, allowing the plastic to soften without burning or deforming. Once the pipe reaches the right level of softness, I quickly insert another PVC pipe into the opening to expand the end to the exact size I need. After holding it in place for just a few seconds, the pipe end becomes evenly widened with a clean, professional shape. Once I and Oppos am satisfied with the size, I take the flexible plastic hose and carefully feed it through the shaped end of the PVC pipe I prepared earlier. To ensure a tighter fit, I wrap a few layers of tape evenly around the end of the flexible hose, not too thick and not too thin. This simple trick helps the two different types of pipes fit together much more securely, minimizing gaps and creating a strong, watertight, and long-lasting connection. Now everything is perfectly prepared for the final assembly, where you and Oppos see how all these careful steps come together to produce an impressive result. At this stage, I apply an even layer of adhesive to the end of the flexible plastic hose. There and Oppos no need to use too much, just enough to create a strong bond and ensure a watertight seal. Next, I slowly pull the hose into the exact position I marked earlier, gently twisting it as I go so the adhesive spreads evenly and every surface fits together snugly. Once everything is perfectly aligned, I slide the outer PVC pipe into place to firmly secure the flexible hose. With just a few careful and precise movements, the connection becomes strong, neat, and securely locked in place. At first glance, many people might think the project is already finished. But if we stop here, the spray head still won't and Oppos perform as well as it should. To create stronger water pressure and produce a more even spray pattern, I and Oppos am going to make one small but very important improvement. I take a flattened piece of PVC and carefully mark a perfectly balanced circular pattern for the holes. Next, I use a drill to make each hole one by one. This step requires patience and precision because the more evenly the holes are spaced, the smoother and more powerful the water spray will be. As each hole is drilled, the surface gradually begins to resemble a professional shower head. Once the drilling is complete, I use a hot glue gun to apply a continuous bead of glue along the circular line I marked earlier. It doesn't take much glue, but it must form a complete, even seal to prevent any leaks. While the glue is still hot, I quickly press the round pipe into position and hold it firmly for a few seconds until the bond sets. After allowing the glue to cool completely, the entire assembly becomes one solid, durable piece. Next, I trim away all the excess glue and any extra plastic around the edges with a pair of scissors, giving the finished piece a much cleaner and more professional appearance. Before testing it, I carefully inspect every detail one last time, from the tightness of the connection and the alignment of the spray head to the smoothness of every edge, making sure everything is exactly as it should be. The most exciting moment is finally here, turning on the water. Within seconds, a strong stream flows evenly through every hole, creating a smooth, powerful spray pattern. There are no leaks at all, and the water pressure is even better than I expected. With just a few simple steps and inexpensive materials, the final result is surprisingly impressive. This is a practical DIY project that saves money, works extremely well, and is easy for anyone to make at home. If you and Apos VE watched all the way to the end, I and Apos D really appreciate your support. Feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what you think or share your own ideas. I and Apos D love to hear from you.